We can discuss about the topic understanding Indian Constitution and need of time. My name is Ritesh Kamble and I'm a student of third year civil engineering in the College of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Technological University, Raigarh. Then we can check the content. We can see the content. First introduction: what is Constitution of India? What is Indian Constitution anyway? Why do we need Indian Constitution? The history of Constitution of India, Constitution of India, major features, conclusion. Why is there a need of for Indian Constitution? Why do we need a Constitution? First introduction. The Constitution of India is a written document declaring the fundamental rights, directive, principles, and duties of citizens. I sets out function, power, formation, constitution of government institution. It is supreme law according to which the state of India is to be governed. The Constitution of India was adopted by Constituent Assembly on 26 November 1945, but in effect from 26 January 1950. What is Constitution of India? The Republic is governed in terms of Constitution of India, which was adopted by the Constituent Assembly on 26 November 1949 and came into force 26 January 1950. The Constitution provides the Parliament from the government, which is federal in structure with certain unitary features. What is Constitution of anyway? A Constitution is the aggregate of fundamental principles was established precedent that constitute the legal basis of polity, organization, or other type of unity and commonly determine how the entity is to be governed. For example, in the game of Susur, a referee has full authority to enforce the rules of law of the game on the players. When the players do something against the rules, referee takes action, like send off a player. Why do we need a constitution? General, we need a constitution govern country properly. The constitution defines the nature of political system of a country. Sometimes we feel strongly about an issue that might go against our larger interest, and the Constitution helps guard against this. All three organs of government, executive, legislature, and judiciary functions within the Constitution. All three organs of government, including ordinary citizens, derive their power and authority. That fundamental rights from the Constitution. If they act against it is unconstitutional and unlawful. The history of Constitution of India. Look, ancient India. India is a home of ancient Indus Valley civilization which goes back 3300 or 1300, mature period 2600 or 1000 and 1900. Back and ancient time. India is world famous for its ancient history and culture. Shiva Pushpapati or Sastrika seals from the Indus Valley. The time before 500 is widely accepted as era of ancient India. The earliest automatically modern human remains found in some South Asia date from approximately 30,000 years ago. But regarding to constitutional history, India goes back to only third century, 1969 to 2003. 231. In the time of the Emperor Ashoka the Great, British, then British Raj, 1858 in 1947. This period of British Raj was the time just now when the Constitution of India took shape. The main stages of its evolution were the Act for the Better Government of India, 1858, the put India directly under the control of the British government. I set up the office, the Secretary of State, member of the British Parliament, who will be in charge of Indian government in India, the Governor General working under the Secretary of the State or lead the administration. Indian Council Act 1861, a separate legislative council was set up, associate the Governor General with making laws. Indian school the appointed to the council, but only or on the discretion of the Governor General. India Indian Council Act 1892. As a result of Indian demands, the size of the executive and legislative council were increased. More Indians were appointed to the to this council, and the principle of the election was introduced. Indian Council Act 1999. The act increased the size of the council again and also gave the legislative council the power to discuss certain matters and to ask questions. More people were elected to the councils. Government of India Act 1919. The introduced direction partial responsible government at the provincial level. Elected Indians were given charge of some areas of government, example industry, education at the provincial level. Constitution of India major features. The Constitution of India begins with a preamble. The preamble contains the ideas, objectives, and basic principles of the Constitution. The silent features of the Constitution have involved directly and indirectly on the subject which follow from the preamble. Our Constitution has adopted the best features of the most of major constitution of the world as their needs of the country through better almost every constitution in the world. The Constitution of India has several silent features that distinguish it from constitution of other countries. Constitution of India major feature legalist written constitution drawn from the various sources, blind rigidity and flexibility, federal system with unitary basis, parliamentary form, government synthesis, parliamentary sovereignty and judicial supremacy, rule of law, integrated and independent judiciary, fundamental rights. Last with the part is conclusion. Constitution of India is a complete blend of all provisions, and thus the provisions and articles in itself make the apex law of the state. The soul of the Constitution Assembly is in implementing and interpreting any article of the Constitution must always be considered. The framers of the Constitution have tried to incorporate the significant provisions in the Constitution so that there is no scope of ambiguity pretending as to how to governance will take place in the country, and therefore it is the features of Indian Constitution which in itself makes it complete and oppressive document of the country. Why do we need a constitution? It is significant goal of the nation. The relationship of the people with the government is decided by this. It sets down standard and procedures that are necessary to live in the peace of an individual belonging to various religious groups. It sets out a government will be chosen and who will have authority and duty to decide things. It decides the parameters of the government's control and informs us about people's rights. It reflects desires of the individual to create a good society. Why there is a need for Indian Constitution? And generates trust, coordination between the government and the citizens. It specifies the type of government or country and how it should be functioned. It lays down limits on the powers of the government. It lays the rights and duties of the citizens. Thank you.